A blessed day to all of you senior high school students. This is just a continuation of our discussion about volcano hazard. So this will be the third volcano-related hazards, which is tephra. So tephra is also called a pyroclastic material. So when it falls, it may consist of volcanic rocks, lava, stones, or crystals, or pwede rin siyang combination ng apat. Okay? And then, the dangerous effects of ash falls and ballistic projectile. So, kung naalala ninyo yung sa may Batangas, nung nagkaroon ng ash fall, di ba? Napakaraming mga animals, even yung mga hanap buhay nila, yung mga crops, ay nalagyan din ng ash fall. Which, ang nakakaawa dun is yung mga alaga nilang hayop, di ba? Na talagang sobrang bigat na no ash fall na napunta. Especially yung mga kabayo, 'di ba, yung sa Batangas. So very hazardous to human life, even to property, 'di ba? So what are the effects of ash fall? First is it produces injury or even death upon impact of falling fragments. Second one is damage agricultural lands by covering the fertile soil with its particles. Kaya nga kapag nagkaroon ng ashfall, so nasa tertiary level na yon. Ilang years bago ito pwedeng taniman ulit once na nahaluan siya ng ibang particles. Next, yung dangerous effect is the black vents of motor vehicles, industrial machines, or may enter and obstructs lungs of humans or animals. So, meron akong ipapapanood sa inyong video wherein nangyari sa Batangas. Kung gaano kahirap yung nangyari, 'di ba? Yung mga sasakyan para na-interrupt yung kanilang biyahe. Then, we also have produced negative effects to health of humans and animals due to its noxious gases and acids. So, meron niyang daladalang iba't ibang mga elements or particles wherein it's bad to our health. Next one is ruin roofs of houses and buildings. And break power and communication lines and damage or even kill vegetation. It also results to flooding when drainage are filled with tephra falls. And lastly is black sunlight, thus reducing the amount of light that is needed by plants and fishes. So those are the dangerous effects of ash falls and ballistic projectile. That's why it's very important, before the onset of tephra falls, proper planning and preparation should be conducted in order to mitigate its effects to plants, animals, and structures. So we have five, which are the first one, roofs and walls should be made stronger. Siyempre, kapag hindi ganun katibay yung roof, pwede siyang bumagsak dahil mabigat din yung mga ashfall. Then, all machinery should be equipped with filters, di ba? Kasi kapag yung sobrang nun, maalikabok. So, kung para maiwasan nating masira yung ating mga machines or machinery sa bahay, so we need to equip it with filters. The third one is store cleaning materials for vents and drainage. Yes, kasi kapag naharangan yung mga drainage, so pwede siyang mag-cause ng pagbaha kasi wala nang dadaanan yung mga tubig. Then, the fourth one is evacuate when necessary. So, kapag hindi ganun ka ligtas, hindi ganun ligtas sa ating mga tahanan, so we need to evacuate. Next, the last one, harvest agricultural products which may be affected by tephra falls. So, kapag meron ng meron ng mga news that tephra falls will occur, so we need to get or harvest all the agricultural products na meron tayo para at least napapakinabangan, hindi sila masasayang. Okay? The fourth one is the pyroclastic flow, wherein it is another type of hazard posed by an erupting volcano. It consists of hot, dry masses of broken volcano materials that moves from the volcano crater going down through the slope until it reaches the ground. So this includes the pumice flow, ash flow, black and ash flow, nez ardent, or it is a French word which means glowing cloud. This is an extremely damaging, speeding, and glowing mass of gas envelope particles that comes out from a volcanic eruption. And the last one is the glowing avalanche, wherein it is rich or gas-rich suspension of one of the following: the incandescent blocks, lapilli, ash, and dust, debris from disintegrating lava, dome or spine, and a pyroclastic flow which travels down depressions in the topography. Next, we also have the effects of pyroclastic flows, which are the pyroclastic flows may result to death to humans and animals due to the following. Ito, asphyxiation, burial, incineration, and crashing from impacts. And also, pyroclastic flows may collapse buildings, structures, and houses. Diba? Sobra yung effect ng pyroclastic flows. And the third one is the damage in agricultural products, as it may wash away plants and animals and cover the entire agricultural lots with the flows. So I will also send some videos regarding the pyroclastic flows. Okay, so that you are not wondering what is pyroclastic flows. And also, it is very important that before the eruption, it is safer to evacuate in the area if yung area ninyo is very affected ng pyroclastic flow, so you need to evacuate, no? This is the single effective way of mitigating the effects of this hazard. So para hindi na ganon kalaki yung mapipinsala or hindi na tayo walang mamamatay, walang masusugatan, okay? The fifth one is the volcanic gases. So it is also another type of hazard posed by volcanic eruption. And one of the primary composition of this is magma or lava. Active and inactive volcanoes may discharge to the atmosphere gases in the form of this one. So meron tayong 7. The water vapor, helium, hydrogen, sulfide, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen chloride, and hydrogen fluoride. I'm pretty sure na pinag-aralan nyo na yan sa science ninyo. You already have your background, right? Actually, nung grade 10 kayo, kung di ako nagkakamali, nagpagawa pa ng model ng vulkan, yung teacher ninyo. Tama ba ako? The next one is carbon dioxide, yung mga utot. So, it is one of the best example of carbon dioxide. So, pag uutot kayo, kailangan hinaharap ninyo sa mga halaman. Kasi yan yung pagkain nila, di ba? So, kidding aside. So, sa volcanic, in terms of volcanic gases, carbon dioxide can cause death to people and animals due to asphyxia or asphyxia. Di ba? Siyempre, mga Filipino tayo sa asphyxia. Pero some pronunciation is asphyxia. No? Ganun siya. And then, yung carbon dioxide also deposited in the bottom of bodies of water that can form huge bubbles, or too much supply of this gas may also kill vegetation and livestock. Yan. So, very delicate talaga yung carbon dioxide once na meron tayong or nagkaroon ng volcanic gases, no? Naglabas siya ng volcanic gases, yung mga vulkan. We also have sulfur dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. So here, these gases have the smell of rotten eggs or acid. So mabaho, di ba? It is a combination of these gases with water vapor may result to corrosive acid, which is dangerous to the health of both the humans and animals. These gases may also reach the upper atmosphere and block sunlight and interfere with ozone. The blockings of sunlight will have short and long-term effects on the environment. Yan, di ba? Kaya dumidilim kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng volcanic eruption. The next one is fluorine gas, wherein it is extremely poisonous and very corrosive and poisonous, especially when it is mixed with acid. This gas can also cause internal burns and attack calcium in our skeletal system. This gas may poison plants, people, and animals when it is absorbed after volcanic eruption. Kaya we need to be careful, especially here in our place. We have active volcanoes, di ba? Kaya we need to be careful and we need to know these materials or particles na nilalabas ng volcano. Now, we need to know the safety measures before, during, and after volcanic eruption. So, it's very important that we educate ourselves and also our family, our friends, or other people that they should know what are the things to do during the eruption of volcano. So let's start with before the eruption of volcano. So we have 6 precautionary measures. The first one is the first thing that people should do is to accept the fact that volcanic eruptions pose hazard to lives and properties. Thus, people must be prepared to face the surrounding effects of that the eruption may bring. So we need to prepare ourselves. It's very important. We need to prepare ourselves, okay? So the second one is always be prepared with the emergency kit, foods, water, clothing, and others in case of evacuation. So kailangan lagi tayong may nakahanda. No, katulad nung sa ginawa ninyong activity or output about the earthquake, kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, di ba? Before, during, and after the earthquake. So, ganun din dito. Kailangan meron tayong nakahandang emergency kit, mga pagkain, tubig, no, damit. Para yung hindi yung kapag nandyan na yung nag-erupt na yung vulkan, dun pala kayo mag-i-impake, di ba? So, marami kayong makakalimutan. Kaya, it's very important na meron nang naka-ready. Now, the third one, always obey safety rules or orders from the government. So, yung mga nasa gobyerno natin, especially yung nasa FIBOLCS, so they know what are the things we need to follow or we need to do. So, kailangan natin sumunod sa mga rules nila and orders. No, wag tayong masyadong nagmamagaling kasi sila, pinag-aralan na nila yan. Alam na nila kung paano i-handle ang volcanic eruption. Okay? So, the fourth one is prepare mask in case of tephra falls. In the absence of gas mask, use anything to cover nose, mouth to reduce the risk of sniffing poisonous volcanic gases. Okay? It's very important na nakatakip or meron tayong mask para hindi natin malanghap yung tephra falls. Okay? So, yung iba ginagawa nila is binabasa nila yung kanilang mask para hindi ganong ma-absorb ng. The fifth one is ensure safety of kids, pregnant women, differently abled persons, and elderly as they are less capable in saving themselves. So, kailangan talaga sila yung priority. Kung mapapansin nga ninyo kapag may mga pagbaha, di ba pina-priority din nila yung mga matatanda, yung mga bata, at saka yung mga pregnant women. Kasi nga, hirap silang isalba yung kanilang buhay. Eh, tayong mga malalakas pa, so, parang second, Second tayong isi-save. Kasi parang tayo kaya na natin yung sarili natin eh. Kaya mas priority nila yung mga hirap. Isalba yung buhay. Okay? The last one is drive your vehicle to evacuate faster. Keep windows and doors closed to prevent ash falls and other poisonous gases from entering the vehicle. Yon. So, mahirap nagda-drive kapag may ash fall. Kasi nga, pwedeng mahirap i-drive yung mga sasakyan, lalo na pag makapal na yung ashfall na bumabagsak, lalo na sa windshield, 'di ba? Doon siya ma-fall. So, kaya kung napansin niyo sa news before doon sa Batangas, 'di ba? Talagang may mga nag-e-extrang mga tao na nililinis yung mga sasakyan kasi nga sobrang kapal nung putik na napupunta doon. So, nagiging putik na siya kapag nabasa. Then, what are the precautionary measures during volcanic eruption naman? So, we have 8. The first one is go to high grounds to avoid lava flows and mud flows. No, kapag syempre sobrang init nun, kailangan nasa high grounds tayo. Next, when outside, seek cover in case of ash falls or rock falls. No, kailangan maging attentive. No, attentive tayo sa mga pangyayaring yan kapag nag-erupt na talaga yung volcano. The third one, use mask or cloth to cover your mouth and nose to avoid breathing in ashes. So, it's very important na meron tayong, mas maganda yung makapal, talagang mako-cover yung ating nose. The fourth one, all doors and windows in the house of evacuation site must be closed to avoid ashes from getting inside. No? So, it's very important that lahat ng mga singit-singit ng ating bahay ay nakasara. Make sure na walang makakapasok na mga ashfall once na nag-erupt yung vulkan. And then, when your residence is not at risk of mud flows, lava flows, or lahar, the family may be advised to stay indoors. Okay? So, kung hindi naman ganun daw taas yung risk na magkakaroon ng lava flows or lahar, so mag-stay lang dun sa loob ng bahay. Okay, so number 6 is proceed to identify safe zones or evacuation center until further instructions is issued by competent authorities. Do not attempt to leave the place unless told to do. Okay, so kapag nasa bahay lang, mag-stay lang sa bahay. No, wag kayo mag-a-attempt na lumisan. Lalo na kung hindi naman ganun risk sa bahay. Pero once na nasa evacuation center kayo, so alam naman ng ating mga agencies or ng ating government ang ating safety, na safe tayo dun sa mga evacuation center. So kapag hindi pa nila ina-advise na we need to go back to our houses, so we need to stay. No? Kasi para din sa safety natin. The pang-7 is be more watchful to kids as their curiosity may push them to go outside the home or evacuation site to see the erupting volcano or its effects. So, syempre kapag mga bata, di ba, napaka-curious nila sa paligid. So, tingnan din natin, baka mamaya lalabas sila, titingnan nila kung ano nangyayari sa paligid. So, we need to watch them, no, all the time. The last one is when inside the house, turn off air condition equipment and do not use electric fans as it may dispense noxious gases in the home. O, wag na wag ita-turn on ang mga air-conditioned equipment, even your electric fans. No, walang gagamit ng mga electric fans kasi nga, it can dispense noxious gases sa ating bahay. Di ba? Pwedeng magkaroon ng or makalanghap pa tayo ng unwanted gases. And the last one is the precautionary measures after volcanic eruptions naman. So we have 6. The first one is kapag natapos na yung volcanic eruption. So the first one, family heads may go back to their respective houses to check properties behind, but leave the kids with someone who could take care of them. There may be unseen events which may pose threat to children. So wag mo nang isasama yung mga nakabatang kapatid, matatanda, tsaka yung mga pregnant women. No, kailangan yung tatay muna, yung nanay kung malalakas pa. So sila muna yung pupunta dun sa or babalik sa bahay to check yung mga naiwang properties, mga alagang hayop at saka mga halaman. No, wala munang sasama. Then, second one is check all damages incurred by your properties and report it to authorities concerned. So, kapag may mga na-damage, so kailangan i-report natin yan. No, kung may mga namatay na alagang hayop, no, maganda nire-report yan. Para na, meron din sila kasing ginagawang data wherein kinukompute nila yung total damages once na nagkaroon ng volcanic eruption. The third one is you may start cleaning the house and surroundings. Use mask or cloth while cleaning ash and other debris. So, wag na wag yung kakalimutan na magsuot ng mask kasi it's very important. It's very important dahil nga baka malanghap natin yung mga iba't ibang gases, mga particles na galing dun sa binuga ng bulkan na pwedeng magkaroon ng cancer, lung cancer, or any problem, di ba? Pwedeng magkaroon tayo ng iba't ibang mga sakit na makukuha natin once nalanghap natin yung mga particles na yon. The fourth one is always be alert to announcement from the local or national government. It's very important na alerto tayo sa mga announcement ng ating mga local and national government. Then, ensure the safety of the house and all structure therein before returning. Now, make sure that your house is safety na to go back, no, bago pabalikin yung mga bata at saka yung mga lolo't lola kung may kasama tayo sa bahay. And the last one, persons knowledgeable in first aid may also assist in providing immediate medical care and attendance when needed. So, kapag merong mga tao, kahit na hindi naman sila nurses or doctors, no, na pwede mag-assist, especially kapag may mga nasusugatan or mga nagkasakit. So, di ba, we need to help one another to avoid yung maraming mga magkakasakit or mamamatay. Okay. So there are also ways in preparing for a volcano emergency. Be aware with available emergency plans in your barangay. Always be prepared for the hazards that can accompany volcanoes like tephra falls, mud flows, landslides, earthquakes, or acid rains. Prepare for a family evacuation plan considering identifying safe zone, safe routes, and backup routes. So, dapat talaga nagpaplano each family kung saan sila magkikita once na nagkaroon ng mga emergency, different emergency or disaster. No, we need to prepare lagi. So, consider an emergency communication plan include cases when cellular phone network systems are down or when telephone lines are not functioning. No, it's very important na magkaroon tayo ng communication sa ating mga pamilya para hindi sila nag-aalala. Tama? And then, list names of relatives and friends who may assist in case of emergency. And the last one is establish contact with the local emergency units or public safety officers. No? Mas maganda kasi nasulat natin yung mga contact number na mga local emergency units or public safety officers para minsan kasi 'di ba kapag nalubat na o wala na tayong magagamit na pan-text, so at least meron tayong pang backup na pwede tayong maki-text or makitawag sa ibang tao. Yan. So our verse for this week is from the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10, from the New International Version. It says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So that's all for this day. And I will also send some related videos para mas lalo ninyong maintindihan kung paano nangyayari yung mga different gases, yung mga mud flows, okay, yung mga pyroclastic. So have a nice day and God bless you all.